Sean Lang here with the Fightlete Report. Make sure to check out our content on our YouTube channel, Fightlete Report. Also, follow us on Instagram at the Fightlete Report and on Twitter at Fightlete as well. And right now, we're excited to have a guest that's going to be one of the fighters competing at the upcoming Elite Fight Night Steel City Showdown #3. That's Saturday, June 4th in Gary, Indiana. And we're talking to, of course, Illinois welterweight professional Tyler Sugafree Scott on the Fightlete Report. Make sure to check out his fight against Bernard Thomas at Elite Fight Night Steel City Showdown 3, again, June 4th in Gary, Indiana. Appreciate you being on the show. We hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm doing great. How about yourself, Sean?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Is this a day off from the gym? I know Brian, he wasn't at the gym either when he did his interview. So
we're actually both meeting there in a couple hours. So we got
okay. I got you. So it doesn't even stop. Not even on a holiday, huh?
Luckily, no teaching today, but we still got to go and get some work in. So.
For sure. I definitely understand. And, you know, obviously this fight is heading pretty soon this Saturday. And everybody knows that you're 3-2 as a professional and train at the Dominion MMA in Oswego, Illinois. And, you know, talk about Dominion MMA. If those who don't know about your gym and Dominion MMA, how much of an integral role you and Brian have with it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you just talked to Brian. He's the senior instructor, so, you know, second person in charge on the mats, and I'm the chief instructor. So I'm in charge of, you know, basically all the curriculum that goes through the school. So I pass it on to our coaches. You know, back 2 years ago, it was just me and Brian, you know, really running it with maybe one extra helper on a day. But now we have, you know, 5 coaches working a day with 500 students, you know,
Wow.
in and out of the building within the last month. So, so big gym, you know, the most successful kids program in the Midwest, if not the country. So, yeah, we're building something over there and still making time for ourselves to compete too. So,
how are you feeling heading to this fight this Saturday?
good. You know, I got a little bit to prove, you know, coming off of a loss on a title fight that I had back in last November. So close fight, but I left it to the judges. So I want to make sure that I'm back to, you know, my pro finishing record is 100%. All my wins have come by finish. So I need to get back to that and go out there and finish, you know, somewhere. So been putting in a lot of work, you know, in every aspect of the game, especially mentally. So
for sure. And yeah. I mean, your opponent, Bernard Thomas, you know, he's experienced as a boxer. He has that on his resume, but he's 3-1 in MMA overall. How do you feel about him personally?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell. Obviously, he's got a ton of combat experience, you know. Mm-hmm. I think he was a wrestler before. And I looked up and he's got a pretty extensive amateur MMA background, you know, pretty high, like 15-3 or something like that. So he's not unfamiliar to MMA fights, but I think in the last 5 years, he's been just doing the boxing thing. So we'll see if, you know, that's changed his game to being a boxer, or if maybe he got away from his roots and he's coming back, but, you know, it doesn't matter. I've been known to out-wrestle wrestlers anyway, so if he is a wrestler, let's do it. And if he's a boxer, great. I have a lot more tools to strike with than that. So,
yeah, I'm sure a lot of things will come into play with this fight because, you know, he did have that tough loss to Michael Garcia, which we were talking about. And so what do you feel you learned from that loss in particular?
Just the extra mental push, you know. I went into it kind of shocked to be on the platform I was on. You know, that was my, you know, I never even expected to go professional, let alone headline a card at a big casino like that, let alone fight for a title, you know, head up on billboards. So all this stuff. So I kind of felt surreal for a little bit, and it kind of broke my focus a little bit, you know, and it made me question my rights to be there. But, you know, it all came down to 100% mental, and I just coasted a couple times when I shouldn't have coasted, and it cost me a decision. So no more decisions.
Yeah.
But
It's easier said than done, but I definitely got your point.
that's true. I'll do everything I can to prevent that decision from coming,
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah, yeah. It's like the Dana White that says, leave it in the hand, never leave it in the hands of the judges. But it's just that,
Definitely easier said than done, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I mean, I know I could feel a difference in myself when I'm fighting to win versus fighting not to lose. And even in some of the UFC fighters that you've seen, you can tell when a guy's out there to prove something or when he's out
Right.
there to keep his record going. So
Definitely. And why do you think this is the right time to fight again?
well, I was looking for something a little bit earlier, to be honest,
Okay.
but it's almost better that it worked out this way because I've had a lot more time to close up some holes in my game and more importantly, really work on the mental aspect of it. Just like the physical, without repetitions, there's not much to be done. So this had a nice time frame where I was able to put a lot of that into practice. So
Definitely. And who has helped you prepare for success in this training camp?
a lot, a former training partner of mine has been working with me a lot on my striking. Greg Grziak has been working with me a lot. I've been getting different roles and different people, but the main thing is I've been using a mental coach, a sports psychologist, Scott Halicki, who's worked with a couple other athletes in the area. Most recently would probably be Anna Summers. If you saw her, went over with Combatant Louisville. Yep. So she actually put me onto him back in our EFL days, back when we were both on Team Illinois. She told me about him, and I finally actually reached out and been doing a lot of sports psychology with him, and it's been interesting. So
Definitely. Yeah, glad that's working out for you. And also, you had a previous fight that fell out in January. So did you have to handle that disappointment or keep it moving?
yeah, it was the COVID thing going around, So got COVID and lungs got hit and had to pull out, unfortunately. But everything happens for a reason. So we'll see if we can run that one back at another point. Feels unfinished when something gets matched up and you don't make it.
Right.
So, but plenty of room left. So
Definitely. And Brian Akins will be on the card. And how do you think he's going to perform?
Oh, he's looking good. He's been killing it at the gym. He's my main training partner, so we've been getting a lot of good stuff in, and I think he matches up really well with Brant. That's actually a fight that we've been talking for him to get for a while, and it's one that we've worked on for a while, but it never seemed to work out. But somehow on 2.5 weeks notice, we actually got it. So
Nice.
So it'll be good. He's a brawler, and I think Brian is more technical and better standing than him. And if Brian chooses to take it to the ground, then he can finish it at any time there too. So I think it'll be a good spotlight for Brian on against a tough guy in Brant. So I look forward to it.
Definitely. And I'm assuming you and Brian would want to get on, if everything goes well and you're healthy, you'll want to get on the next card.
I think I heard confliction of dates. I thought it was originally early August, but then I thought someone told me late August. So depending on when it is, late August is doable for me. But it's hard for running the gym. We plan out our events months ahead of time too, so we kind of have to work our fight schedules around that. So because we're just two guys at the gym at the end of the day, and we got 500 heads to think about. So we do it for those guys. So we'll see what happens, but there's a couple other promotions knocking on my DMs right now too.
So you want to get something scheduled real quickly, if possible.
Yeah, well, depending on how this one goes, there's a couple of those big ones.
Awesome.
Askins.
That's great to hear. And what can we expect on June 4th in your fight?
Systemized violence. Expect me to throw a variety of everything at him. I hope he's one-dimensional boxer or wrestler, because if so, then he's going to have to be defending from all other angles. So
Right.
the game's a lot more well-rounded than most people in the sport, and not just in the area. So I've been working on tying it all together and using it all, and if everything goes to plan, then and even if it doesn't go to plan, I have the variety of tools to make up for it no matter where we go. So
Sounds good. Well, hey, Tyler, I appreciate you being on Fightlete Report again. I'll see you out there on June 4th.
all right.
Yeah.
I'll give you that victory speech too, so don't worry.
Yeah, yes, of course. I'll hit you up for that, once the fights are done. But yeah, I hope wish you the best of luck. You guys have always been good to me, and I'm looking forward to coming out down to Dominion MMA, hopefully, for your next fights, the interview.
Definitely, yeah, you're always welcome. You just let us know.
Okay, appreciate it. Take care. Tyler Sugafree Scott. Make sure to follow him on the social media. If you want to tell us how to follow you.
Yeah, it's just at Sugafree Scott on Instagram, and then Tyler Scott on Facebook. So
Awesome. Sounds good, brother.
all the social media I can handle. I don't know how to work anything else. So
Yeah. Well, hey, once you get into the bigger leagues, then you can figure that out, right?
so that'll have someone for me to do it.
Yes, exactly. Take it easy, Tyler.
All right, see you,
Appreciate
John.
you on the show. Take care.